why don't we talk about the new release from Dark Sky Films, darkskyfilms.com. This is Ricco the Mean Machine, starring Christopher Mitchum and Barbara Bouchette.
Barbara Bouchette?
That's Barbara.
Yeah.
And this is a revenge tale, pretty much, and it's similar to, well, not really similar, but similar to the genre thriller and all that good stuff. Last House on the Left.
Yeah, this is actually my favorite movie that I watched this week, and I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to, really. And despite of itself, I kind of liked it, too, because it's the story of Ricco, who's Christopher Mitchum's character, who's like the son of a murdered mafia boss. He just got out of jail, and he comes back, and he's going around back to his sister and his mother and all these different places, and they're all wanting him to get revenge on the person who killed his father. And this guy is played by Arthur Kennedy, who we were just talking about this guy recently because he was in Crawl Space. He's also in Let Sleeping Corpses Lie.
He's been in tons and tons of stuff.
Different stuff like that. And he plays Don Vito, which is really a bad attempt at an Italian mob boss because he doesn't look Italian at all. And he's got like a fake toupee kind of thing and mustache. And so they're all telling him telling Ricco that he needs to get revenge for his father's death. He doesn't really want to. He doesn't really want to have anything to do with that style of life and all this stuff. Along the way, he meets the Barbara Bouchette character, whose name is Celia, I think, something like that.
I think it's his one of his father's friend's nieces or something like that.
He meets her, and so you go along in the movie a little bit farther, and he really hasn't decided to take vengeance or not.
I think in his ex-girlfriend or something is now the wife of Don Vito or
it's definitely like one of his ex-lovers or something like that.
Yeah.
And so she hooks up with him again, apparently. Like he breaks into the Don Vito house looking for information about that organization or whatever, and they hook back up and have sex, and they don't have sex, they get ready to have sex or something like that. And Arthur Kennedy's character, Don Vito, finds out about it, which leads to the best scene by far in the whole movie, which I wouldn't want to spoil for anybody. But let's just say it's probably one of the best scenes in any exploitation film that I can remember. And well worth buying the DVD for just that scene.
Yeah, I mean, I remember going and looking on the back of the movie where it says that it contains scenes of grisly ultra-violence. And I'd say 95% of the movie really doesn't have any violence in it.
No, I can think of like the first part, the first death in the film has some gore in it. And then that scene where Don Vito gets revenge, and that's really about it. There's like a scene with a guy taking an acid bath, but all you see is a dummy head and, water.
Yeah, and I was wondering what the hell, this doesn't seem, this just seems like a basic revenge type movie sort of. But yeah, that one particular scene is awesome. I couldn't help, I rewound that at least 5 times when I first watched it. I just thought it was great. And what's interesting about this is the very first time this has been released uncensored here in the United States. And I think that's a very important thing, whether or not you like the movie or not. Because, in my opinion, all movies should be seen the way they were meant to be seen.
Well, this is probably notable for being uncensored for that scene that we're talking about, and the fact that there's an extended Barbara Bouchette striptease sequence in it, which is fucking amazing, too.
And also Melissa Longo from Black Emanuel and White Emanuel.
She plays the girl, the old ex-girlfriend.
Absolutely, drop dead gorgeous woman, too, and she gets naked a lot in the movie.
So back to the Ricco part of the story, which, by the way, Ricco in the film Christopher Mitchum is kind of, the best word I can use to describe it is aloof.
Crap.
He doesn't even know. He doesn't even really seem to care or know what the hell's going on throughout the whole film.
It's hard to believe that he's Robert Mitchum's son.
It's hard to believe in the film that he could actually be a killer, too. He just seems like a big douchebag. Yeah. Anyway, so
it's like sort of if Tim Duncan was a star in a revenge movie and he just doesn't have any expression on his face.
He doesn't have any charisma, is what I'm saying. So, but Don Vito finds out about the ex-girlfriend and stuff, and he finds out that it's Ricco who's the one doing the nailing. So he has his whole family killed. So that's when Ricco says fuck it and goes after him and like the whole gang of mafioso people that's associated with it. And that's the ending of the film really is like a huge battle sequence with Don Vito and Ricco. And that's basically the whole film.
Yeah, and the movie overall, I think it's a movie that you'll probably get more out of if you watched it more. It's not a great movie, but it's a pretty good little revenge movie. And the gore scenes and stuff definitely step it up a notch, and it's got some good looking women in it and stuff. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty fun little movie.
I think it, as a film, is probably just good, but as an exploitation film, especially in that kind of era, I think it's great, really. I really do. And it drags for the first probably 45 minutes or so, but once it actually gets started, right around the time when all the action scenes and the striptease, all that stuff takes place seemingly like back to back, I think that it's a really fun movie after that. Yeah. I'd recommend it. But
special features include Mitchum, the Mean Machine, which is a new interview featurette with Christopher Mitchum, where he talks about, evidently he worked a lot with John Wayne early on, and talks about his career overseas and stuff like that. And I think he did a lot of movies in Spain, evidently. And you also have a still gallery and a trailer on this. Not a whole lot of features, but the featurette is actually fairly extensive. I remember about 15, 20 minutes, you think?
Yeah, it pretty much covers all of Christopher Mitchum's work that I can remember.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, the Dark Sky Films, they're one of the best new studios out there, in my opinion. I think that they're releasing a lot of the stuff that people didn't think would ever get released on DVD. And it's
sometimes, though, I have to say that, like, Dark Sky releases shit. Well, I think they just release it because it's a certain type of exploitation film. Maybe they just release it because it's never been released. But this is actually a film that actually would have some merit for somebody else to release too.
Yeah. So that's from Dark Sky Films. Go to darkskyfilms.com and check that out. It's 94 minutes of exploitative goodness.
Give us the thumbs up.
Up your butt.
Like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do.
I want you to. I don't care. Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. And click that bell. Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. DEADPIT on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.